Let's get to the announcement. Ladies and gentlemen, Rocky Mount's going to be the home of a brand new CSX intermodal facility right here in North Carolina. Is that not great news? The Carolina comeback continues. Let me tell you what that means for North Carolina. Let me tell you what that means for Rocky Mount and this entire region in the Twin Cities. This means 1,500 new jobs for North Carolina throughout the state. 1,500 new jobs. This is a game changer. This is a game-changing announcement of a major new logistics and transportation facility which will help connect not only eastern North Carolina with the rest of the state, but connect North Carolina with the rest of the nation. This is going to be the highest tech, new tech logistics facility that you'll see anywhere else in the United States of America. You go to other facilities that CSX has in Baltimore and Ohio, and they are high-tech beyond means. This will be a facility that will fit into the landscape of this region like we'll never see before, with the lighting, with the architecture, with the greenery, and yet it'll be a logistics facility which will connect us with the rest of the United States of America and the rest of North Carolina, especially Wilmington and Charlotte, and also connect us with Virginia. This is a game changer because not only is this a logistic facility which will help transport goods and services throughout the Southeast, throughout North Carolina, and throughout the nation, this is a game changer which is going to be a major recruitment tool to bring industry to eastern North Carolina, because industry will see this logistics facility that will bring connection to the rest of the world. And I'm already getting away from my notes. I don't need notes for this. We're already seeing some companies, in fact, that have said that this will be a benefit. National Spinning, which I'm going to be visiting shortly, which has plants in Whiteville and Washington, Burlington, along with Carolina Nonwovens facility in Maiden. They're already saying this is going to be a game changer for them. It'll save them literally tens of thousands of dollars in their logistics and transportation operations. And they help manufacture material and get their supplies to Asia, Europe, and Central America. And it'll be right here in the Rocky Mount region. So this is not just having an impact on this region. This is having an impact on many regions throughout North Carolina. In fact, right after this announcement, we're going to Wilmington because we think this is a game changer for the Wilmington port. We think it's also a game changer for Charlotte. To see that NC Connect, which Secretary Tennyson and others, his predecessor before him, envisioned of connecting all of North Carolina, not just with each other, but to our surrounding states in Virginia and Tennessee and South Carolina and to the rest of the world, this is the game changer to make it happen. And it didn't happen by accident. It happened through hard work. It happened by visionary thinking. It happened by follow-through. First of all, I need to thank the people of Rocky Mount and the two counties in this region. You've got a great team. And the team came together to help make it happen. So you've got elected officials here, you've got economic development people here, but I'll tell you, they made it happen with local regional leadership. So let's give them a round of applause. Couldn't have happened without them. They stepped up to the plate and made it happen. Let me also thank our Department of Transportation under the incredible leadership of Nick Tennyson, former mayor of Durham. He's always thinks big. He's always thinking about the interaction between economic development and transportation. Him and his predecessor, Secretary Tata. We developed this concept, it's called NC Connects, that no one area of our state can stay in an island by itself. We've got to be connected with everybody. And one of the things that I'm most proud of is that part of that connectivity is roads, but another part of that connectivity is rail. And I'm so fortunate that our North Carolina legislature in our first year in office passed, I think, one of the most innovative pieces of legislation, which we call the mobility formula, which basically took the politics out of roads and rail And we put a formula together which included safety, congestion, and economic development on the way we're going to spend our money. And without that formula being approved by the state legislature 2 years ago, I don't know if we could have made this plan come together. Because with this plan, we're going to be putting $100 million into rail, to improve rail in North Carolina to help make this facility work. So Nick Tennyson, and to your whole transportation team, and to the North Carolina legislature, this is where that piece of legislation is now making a difference. And I appreciate every one of your leadership. Let's give our North Carolina legislature a round of applause. And then I want to thank our Commerce Department under the incredible leadership of Secretary Scavarla. He comes from business himself. He understands businesses. He also understands when certain things don't work out, you go back to the drawing board and you try again. And that's exactly what he did with this incredible CSX operations. There was a lot of competition for this. And I'm not just talking about internally in North Carolina. I know a little state to the south where I know the governor real well. They wanted this facility in South Carolina. And Nikki Haley and I have an ongoing rivalry, even though we're friends. And CSX could have put this anywhere. But Commerce, along with the Department of Transportation and your regional leadership, stepped up to the plate and made this happen. And Secretary Scavarla, I can't tell you how much I thank your team. Commerce is putting in a $4.3 million job development grant program, which, by the way, I'd like to again thank the legislature for redeveloping that program, strengthening that program. So with that, plus $100 million from transportation, is a huge win-win for both transportation, commerce, and Eastern North Carolina. So please give Secretary John Scavarla and his team a round of applause. We appreciate that. We think, again, we think a low number is 1,500 jobs as a result of this. We think the number will be much higher because the amount of industry and spin-off industry that will come as a result of this incredible operations will be huge. And this is a game changer that will last for well over a century. And it'll mean a lot to a lot of people to help put food and pay their rent and buy their houses and rebuild the economy, especially in Eastern North Carolina. And we couldn't have done it without CSX. During the past 2.5 years, we've had a lot of conversations with CSX, a lot of conference calls, personal visits at the Executive Mansion. We've gone through many different plans to see what will work, what wouldn't work. And when your regional representative stepped up to the plate, it also made our job a lot easier. We've kept this extremely quiet during the past 3 or 4 months because we wanted to make sure we had a conclusion. And I just want to say to CSX, you've been great teammates. We never gave up on you, and you never gave up on us, and we need to give CSX a round of applause. It's going to be a great partnership between CSX and the state of North Carolina. Michael Ward and Clarence Gooden, if you could come up here. Clarence is the CSX president, and Michael is the CEO, and we've had a lot of phone calls.
We have.
And a lot of conversations during the past 2.5 years, and I've been impressed with your team. I hope you've been impressed with our team, both in the state and here regionally. And it's kind of ironic that I've got 2 former governors here in the audience because the bowl I'm about to give you comes from a tree that was on the Capitol grounds in front of the 1841 state capitol. And there's no more beautiful building in North Carolina except for maybe the new building you're building right here. But this, one of the beautiful trees was struck by lightning about 1.5 years ago. And we had to cut it down because it had no chance to live. And it was pretty well destroyed. But instead of burning the wood, we decided to use one of our North Carolina artists and use the wood to make wonderful pottery here, right here in North Carolina by North Carolina artists. So where that tree used to provide shade, now we're using that tree to thank people for jobs in North Carolina. How about that? So On behalf of the state of North Carolina, I just want to say thank you. I'm honored to be the 74th governor, and we look forward to a long, long relationship with your company for many generations to come, and you'll see this to be a great team. Thank you, and God bless each one of you.
Thank you very much.